What is going on YouTube? Dr. Atway here. This video is tough. This is about the fourth or fifth time I've tried to make this video and it hasn't come out the way that I wanted it to. And that's just because there's just so much that goes into preparation for KvK. It's hard to even, you know, talk about it. And like this video could easily be an hour long just talking about everything, like over an hour, right? So I'm gonna break it up into chunks. And the first thing that I want to talk about is your troops and your commanders. That's the first thing I want to talk about, because talking about anything else, it's too long. It's just too long. So I want to really, and I want to give you the best. I want to give my alliance the best, and everyone else that watches this video the best of the best information that I can. My job is to give you guys excellent leadership and service. And that's what I fucking plan to do. So I'm gonna break, even though I was trying to rush it, I'm gonna slow down. Amen. Praise God. Take my time. Right, and really give you the thoughtfulness and thoroughness that you guys need and deserve, right? So the first thing with the troops is you have to be okay with these, knowing that these troops are gonna die. You got to find that magic number for your own account. Okay, here's my rule of thumb. Whatever you were doing before the KvK, you should still be able to do it after the KvK, more or less, right? So if you were, hunting barbs, maybe 3 armies, 4 armies, right? You're hunting barbs with those many armies, then they're pretty good armies to. Then at the end of KvK, maybe you got 3 armies or whatever. I know the first KvK is kind of tough. Maybe you at least got 3 armies. Or if you had 3, maybe you're down to 1.5. Or you had 2, maybe you're down to 1.5 or something to that nature. You need to find that sweet spot of like, okay, what are you comfortable losing, right? Because if you're sending your troops to a flag, some of those troops are gonna die. It's just facts. You send them in a rally, they're definitely dead, right? 100% deaths. They're going to die. It ain't no joke, right? And maybe I might have to make a whole separate video about the rally leaders and what they got to do, because they have a whole responsibility to protect your troops. Like, being a leader, especially in that type of combat situation, it comes with so much responsibility. I'm not going to send my troops to die, feel comfortable sending my troops to die to somebody that isn't running the best of the best. If that's the best, he has to have the best of the best shit in our alliance for me to even feel comfortable. Because I'm not going to send my troops to die because of somebody else's, mistakes. I can't do it, right? That's a whole different conversation. Let's say you trust our rally leaders, which I think these videos will help you trust them, and maybe give them some guidance as well once I make the videos. But again, with the troops, you got to be comfortable letting them die. Part of that is trusting the rally leader. Part of that is just knowing your limitations on your own account. Boom. Next, there in KvK 1, right? Everybody doesn't have every command. That's kind of the problem with trusting, right? You don't. Like, everybody's gonna have an expertise minor. If you don't have an expertise minor, you can run minor Sal, and that's a good calf rally. That's really strong, about as good as you can get. If both of them are expertise, even better, right? It's a good chance Sal might not be expertise, but probably at least this skill is max. Maybe a little combination of the two, whatever. That's the Cav rally, right? I think the best Archer rally would be El Cid with Esong. That's solid. And then if it was going to be all infantry, I would say Martel with Esong. Just bring all infantry, right? So with that being said, there are those are like kind of like the top, I think, in each section. right? I think Freddy with E Song is good too, and that's all archers as well. That's kind of noteworthy as well. Anyway, so those are kind of like the options that you have, and depending on how people feel about gold key commanders and how much mighty governor they want, there's a whole bunch of different combinations that people can run. So with that being said, like you, if you wanted to give each person a good strong chance, it is nice to have a full march of each troop type. Now it takes about 140 days on my stats, right? With my training speed, 100 with my training speed, it takes 100 and about 40 days or so, 145 ish days, somewhere around in there, to get each, to get 3 armies, right? Because I mean they all run concurrent, right? Of each march. Now, like that's without speed ups, no speed ups, so you can get quite far without it, and then you just have to get enough speed ups for the rest. So when there's events like Victorious Heart, that this thing literally gives you, I think it's north of 4 days worth of speed ups total. You need to get all of it, especially if you're free to play, right? Because this is how you make up for the fact that you probably won't have a full army by the time that time comes around. This is how you do it, right? Is getting the speed ups. Okay, so because right, and you can only bring, this is the next part, you can only bring as many troops as your commanders allow. So I am a really big advocate of, let's say, I think the more important ones, believe it or not, is the archers, because that E song, if somebody can get that 5-5, even a 5-5-1-1 LC, and maybe they expertise the E song, because I mean you would probably expertise him pretty fast. Maybe he's not expertise, but he's in a good spot. That shit is just strong, 100%, especially with the expertise E song. That shit's just so strong. It's the best, I think, out of all of those combinations that I said. Right. Then with that being said, like archers is probably the best thing you can do, but let's say they didn't have that. Maybe they're running the calf because that's a little bit more accessible to minus Sal, right? Then the calves are also nice. And then like some people have Martel in a good spot, and whatever secondary they bring, probably E-Song might be in a good spot as well. So the options are there, and that's why I think that you need to have a character that can work well with each specific troop type. Um, Right, Sun Tzu is a pretty obvious choice. I would, especially if you're free to play, I would stick with just epics. So like, just to give you a quick thing, like Sun Tzu, um, and this new fucking dude is actually not too bad. Maybe this dude is the primary. Maybe it would probably be more optimal. But screw it, right? I mean, Sun Tzu's better. He can do more stuff. Sun Tzu, this dude, Sun Tzu, Uji, Sun Tzu, Richard, whatever you got, right? Just get Sun Tzu to 60. You can bring like, I think it's like 200K troops, right? 200,000 troops. Boom. Now that's easy. That can go into whatever, right? Full march. And that's not no bullshit march either. For calves, right? If you're spending money minus Sal, that shit's easy. That shit's a no-brainer, right? But let's say you didn't have minus Sal, like um Pelagius Bayabars, Pelagius, shit. Even with an Osman would actually do quite a bit of damage. You just bring full calves, right? Any of these calf commanders is probably fine, right? I'm really liking the Pelagius Bayabars for the open field because of the AOE and then the rage engine from Pelagius. But whatever, man. Even if it's Belisarius, it doesn't really fucking matter. Just you need something that's high level, that's not bullshit, right? Not no level fucking 40, not no bullshit that you can bring, right? That if you have to fight on your way to the flag, or you gotta fight on your way to whatever, the defense, or wherever you're going, you can actually do something, right? Boom. But the idea is that you're literally marching straight to the flag or straight to the rally, whatever. And then if you have to fight, you do, but just enough to get to where you're going. All right. And then if it was archers, uh, I think I'm more of a fan of Herman because of the march speed. Obviously, Kusunoki would probably be a better fighter, probably do way more damage. But because archers are kind of weak and slow compared to cavalry, and cavalry dominates, I kind of want the march speed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, did Herman and you had a 5-5-1-1-1 LC it, that's fine. If you had a Kusunoki, that's fine. Like but the main thing is you just do this like level like at least 50, right? 50 or higher. No bullshit, right? Challenge it out for the open field with the archer march speed, and you're bringing all archers, right? Because you want to bring those dedicated marches to the rally or the fly. Like the main defense really is going to be infantry, right? There's going to be Richard Charles Martel, Sun Tzu, Uji, Richard Uji. It's going to be something like that for the defense, 100%, right? So you're just pretty much going to bring infantry there. So bam, there you go. Then it's probably going to be a cavalry or an archer rally because all of your infantry is defending something. That's probably how it's going to work, right? Typically speaking, in KvK 1. So you just need to have those dedicated marches like that. And then 100%, all of those marches are going to fight so much better than some mixed troop, poppycock bullshit that people try to. I don't know. Now there is some type of mixed armies that are good. Like you could bring like all infantry, damn near all infantry, Ethelflad with like some type of tank behind it, and it would be like pretty good. Even AOE, like there's some builds that are probably fine for mixed troops, but when we're talking about defending an objective, you need to be sending a march that's dedicated to the troop type that they're asking for, right? And then the commander needs to be level 60 with the right talent. So, like, let's go over here. So, like, right now I'm working on Sun Tzu. This is my garrison build, but honestly, what you trying to go for is something like this, right? That has like all of the march speed and can actually get to where you're going because you're trying to get to the flag or the rally as quick as you can. So boom, and it's open field, so you can actually fight with it. You don't need like some crazy rally build because you're not the one rallying, whatever. That's the troops, and the commanders. Gear matters. Like, don't overthink it. You see my gear. I got videos on gear. Just let it be what it is. Okay. You crafting up some epic piece is not, especially if you're not a rally leader, right? It's not even going to matter in the grand scheme of things. It's just not. And it's going to matter to the rally leader 100%, right? Because they bring in the best of the best. That means less dead troops for everybody. That little expensive ass helmet that you craft, a revival helm, ain't gonna help nobody but you, and it ain't even gonna help that much. It's gonna cost a lot of materials. So I'm not even gonna say too much about that. But bring gear. You see what my gear looks like. No, I am not a rally leader. I'm not. I'm not a really garrison defense either. Not really. Okay, there you go. That about sums it up. So here's a good piece of advice. I have a schedule for my troop training buildings. I train probably, realistically speaking, 23 hours a day of training every day. Right? I don't really miss that much time. And that's because I have them on a schedule. So for me, this is my time. So like, right, I wake up in the morning right before work. I have my troops finish at that time, and then at 8 o'clock a.m. I train new troops, and I have the amount. Like sometimes during the event, you have to train T2, right, to be able to not use speed ups. That's fine, right? So they're on a schedule. So I train up 12 hours. Well, no, it depends on what day. So like, let's say I'm not even gonna confuse you. Let's say I was just training tier 4 troops. I literally train from 8 to, I want to say 8, so 12 hours, right? And then I do it again from 8 to 8. So I think it's like 750 something, 800 or so troops, depending on the exact time that I train them. I adjust it slightly more or less for what time it is. But basically to the effect that I'm training them when I want to train them, and I make sure that I have 100% uptime overnight. That way I'm not wasting any time, right? My troop buildings are always going, like always going. And also, what might help you, with the exception of my siege workshop, I actually speed up when I'm upgrading the buildings. I speed them up. So I've never, except for probably up to 7, right? From level 8 to 23, I've always used speed ups on my major troop training buildings. So my stable, barracks, and my archery range. I've never upgraded them without using speed ups. It would kill how many troops you have. It would kill them. You would have so many less troops. It's not even funny, right? So that's like, in part, I sped up a lot of troops, right? I did tons of training, but like I did no archer training, and you see where I'm at, right? I did no archer training, like literally at all, and you see where I'm at, and that's because I was training 24/7 nonstop. And then that allows you to time buffs, right? So like I can grab a buff because I know my training is gonna happen at this time, and I can get even more training in. You see what I'm saying? For the same amount of time. So there's a lot of stuff, right? That you can do. That's putting them on a schedule is super good, and it's kind of hard to do that without T4. I'm not gonna lie. Like I think I can only do like 9 hours or so worth of training um, with a level 23 with T2. So it's a lot tougher with the lower units. But once you get to either the point that I'm at with a level 23, troop buildings, or you get T4, right? It's way easier, right? It's way easier to put them on a schedule. And once you basically getting ready for City Hall 24, you have to get the Siege Workshop to 23, which means you got to get all these buildings to 23. Then it's 100% good, right? You're golden. This is the sweet spot time, right? And this is the sweet spot time, I think, because you can, how do I put this? At this point in the game, I can focus more on troops than I can about my own development. What's most important at this point isn't necessarily the buildings, not too much. I'm so far away from T5, ain't no point of rushing that. Like, I get to it when I get to it. Right, what's more important is eventually I do want that Academy 25, but right now it's not that important because still my times aren't 60 days yet. 50 days, 30 days for research, right? We're talking a day, 2 days, three days at most, right? Still very short, relatively speaking, times. So it's not a big push to kind of get to that City Hall 25, to get to Academy 25 and all the bullshit that's associated with that. Right now I'm just working on that research. That's the main thing. I work on research heavy. I've been trying to work on my research heavy, and and then I try to get the buildings as they come. But the main thing is research and training. So I'm not even using speed ups on buildings at this point. I probably won't use them many speed ups on buildings unless there's an event that compels me to do so. I still will speed up the academy always. I will speed up all of the troop training buildings, speed those up. But at this point, like, it's more advantageous for me to spend my universals, for example, on research and training. And then, like, truth be told, like, I'm already imbalanced in a motherfucker on building, which is usually how it works because you're trying to rush to get to the academy at least 23, right? So you can unlock a lot of those better technologies for your units. So there you go. Next, I'm gonna talk about. I probably should talk about the hospital. Fuck, you get the bonus. Here it is. This is really quick. Like usually, you know, you only got one hospital that's upgraded, like 100%. It's mad expensive to upgrade these. I'm not gonna lie, it is like compared, but they don't take a lot of time. You can get them up relatively quickly. You just need a lot of resources to do it, right? One day for like hella resources, right? Compared to everything else, it's like hella expensive, right? Short time though. You can you can upgrade these over time. You know, I've been getting these to upgrading these every once in a while, right? And your hospital will about double, in KvK, but like you can lose so many troops so fast. This upgrading the hospital is really important if you want to protect your troops further, right? In addition to making sure you're not coming out with no bullshit march, no poppycock bullshit is what I call it, and you're making sure that the rally leaders know what the fuck they're doing. Oh my goodness, right? And then there's other things you can do to kind of sabotage your rally, like reinforcements from too far away so people can't join, so the troops that are in there get melted faster. Like there's certain things that you just don't do, right? And that's coming in a video that's about like the rally portion, like okay, we fight and this is how you do it type video. This is just like, okay, I want to actually fight. What do I have to do? What do I need to get prepared? And that's what you need to get prepared. You need commanders to lead the armies of a specific troop type. You also need the troops themselves. Full of one troop type. Full T4. No bullshit. No T3. No T2 in there. I'm full T4 army. If you ain't coming out with that, damn near don't come out at all. That's how I feel. It's either you in it or you not in it. Don't come out with no bullshit and get wrecked. That ain't how you do it, right? Hopefully this helped. It like this is a 22-minute video, and like I haven't even scratched the surface. This is like 100% just on the troops in the hospital. I hope it helps. From the bottom of my heart, I want us to have a good us to have a good KvK experience. I want people to have fun. I want to kick the shit out of a couple people. And in order to do that, you have to put in the work. You have to be organized. You have to stay focused. And the most important thing about all of this is the consistency. Are you doing the Guardians every day to upgrade your commanders? Are you reducing your action points every day to get the XP that you need, to get the rewards from the events? Are you doing the troop training? Are you checking your account at the times you need to get that training done? Are you getting all of the rewards every time for events? That's what's going to push you over the top to come out with the creme de la creme, cream of the crop. The French people, man, I love that phrase, cream of the crop, right? I probably said it fucked up if somebody's about to grill me for the video, but cream of the crop, right? You want the best of the best, right? If I swear if I see a level 40 any fucking thing, oh my god, if I see a level 40 anything on the field, I'm going to lose my mind. I swear I am. Because I'm like, you gotta have something better than that. You just got to. Okay, you might not be. And then, like, if you're. I didn't even talk about this. If your commander isn't expertise, like, the fuck are you doing? Like, you're literally killing your troops, right? You spend all this time training up these troops and you're not going to put them behind something that's going to protect them? No. Protect your troops. That's what it's all really about. All of the shit I said overall, the video should just be KvK preparation. Protect your troops. That's literally in conclusion what the video is about. Protecting your troops. My alliance, I love you. You're master governors. I'm a master governor. Anybody that watched this video, you're not gonna make these poppycock bullshit mistakes. And you're going to be a master governor too. And I'm telling you, people aren't going to do this on the enemy side. And you're going to smoke them. 100%. They're done. Get their ass off the field. Coach, we need a sub. See you in the next video.